What's up, everybody? Again, sorry.
Again.
Ooh, I like the episode literally just ended. I've been trying to watch it since we got off the last live, the unexpected
I watched
live.
it on my phone in the car when we were running around doing things.
And we're gonna have to really run through this. Thank God, like this episode was like a filler episode. I felt.
Yep.
Wait, do I have a shine? Can you fix me? I need my glam squad. Hold on. I got my glam squad here.
Okay, put your makeup
So while the room's loading, just some new news for people who didn't catch the last live. I won against Janelle and all the people from the battles of the 90-day universe in court today. So that's like the big news.
If you notice, he actually signed it on Friday, the 17th, but it was posted today.
Right. You know, and I did it with my attorneys, not wigs. Go ahead, Cody. Do it. Get it done. That's it.
Look at your glam squad.
See? Also, my hot husband here, whose crotch has adorned haters' pages. So, yes, my husband is super sexy hot, and he's packing.
I'm glad that I can bring happiness to some people out there in the world.
And on top of him being my glam squad, he's my soulmate.
He's your packing husband. He's your packing husband.
I don't know what happily married woman or happily married man puts pictures of other people's husbands' crotches up on their YouTube or IG or whatever. But you know what? To each their own. Put your tongues back in your mouth. He's mine. I married him for a reason. He was a stripper. I liked what I saw, and
you put a ring on it.
So that's it. So, Dancing with the Stars is starting in 55 minutes, and we're gonna have to get through this. I'm gonna do an after show tonight, guys. But I know I haven't done one in a bit.
Yes, we need an after show.
Yeah. We're gonna do an after show tonight. It's gonna be after Dancing with the Stars ends, because I think Dancing with the Stars is on from 8 to 10. So probably 10:30. I will do an after show.
You see it like it's in the thing.
Oh, Hope's behind me. He smells a winner. There he is. There's Hope. He's
If
my
you see a
there he
little
is.
looks like a rabbit.
back and forth like
There's
this,
Hope right there.
it's him.
So yeah, so I'll be doing for the Associate Hags and Higher. After show tonight, 10:30, so we could go into more detail about what happened today. So let me do a roll call real quick. Nancy, Barbie, Professor Ruggieri, Julie, Janice, Big Bad Wolf, Payne, Digital Pen with Len and Aaron.
I love her name.
I'm afraid to say the whole name, but you know, hello. Anna, Ash, Christina, Payne, Virgie Chavez. Let's see, Lisa, Amzi, hello, Kelly, Sassy Susie, Blanco Vegan,
Virgie.
RTQ. What, Heidi?
Virgie, Chavez, Virgie.
EJ, Amy.
John, there's a lot of people in here.
I know. I try to get to everybody. Cheryl, Simply Sava, Marie, Lisa, your friend Lisa, Brenda, Span. Okay, all right. Because I really got to blow through this because I wanted to watch everything with the start. So let me start this and then we'll get to it. Okay.
Let's go.
Yes, he's fabulous, and he's on the inside scoop.
Ooh, look at that!
Hope is just having a good old time there. Look, he's just going to town. He's just cleaning. Okay, Drea, Shiori, Crystal, Cooch. Okay, so 90 Day the other way. All right, so let's start with it was like a lot of filler. Ellie and Victor. So Ellie flew to Not Providencia, but the island adjacent to it. I forget the name of it. Saint something.
St. James.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it was like a day or two after Hurricane Iota hit. She was going there on the blind. She didn't know if she was ever going to see him. She packed lightly. And, praise be to God, just as Ellie was going to take a boat to Providencia, I mean, all of a sudden,
to the airport.
Victor calls her. And
did you notice when her phone dinged, she started smiling before she even looked at the phone to know it was him? So we know that's produced, right?
I mean, come on. Who's going to go? I'd be okay, so a Hurricane 5, a level 5 hurricane just eviscerated a whole island. Took it out. And, the day after, you know what? This is a good time to fly down there and try to find him. When no one can get a hold of him.
How did he fly out? I mean, it eviscerated. It was a Category 5. How did he fly out?
I guess Providencia. I mean, was he on the island?
He was.
Was the airport in working condition like the day after? I would think that it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be. Think of Bethany flying in and making special arrangements to land and all this other stuff. How did he fly out?
Bethany couldn't even get Be Strong gift cards out to the people. That's how crazy it was. No shade to Bethany. 2 days
after that, right? 2 or 3 days after that. How did he fly out? Louisiana was shut down from Hurricane Ida. You couldn't fly into New Orleans. So how did he fly out of Providencia?
Yeah, I don't think he was there, but who knows?
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think he was there, Heidi?
He was supposed to be leaving. Remember, he said he was going to be leaving because the hurricane was coming. It was going to be a Category 5, and they were going to be leaving, and he was trying to get out. So maybe he did leave, but him and his mother, his sister, and everybody were in one little, I guess. Yeah, maybe he was out.
And his other wife.
And his secret family. And whoever else that he's got on the side.
Because I want to know who she was buying clothes for. She said people in Providencia.
Yeah. She got
no, she went to the gift shop too. You could totally tell we live in a tourist town, and the shops over here always have those beach life t-shirts and stuff like that because that's what you sell.
Yeah, but still when that lady said 400 and something
it was 467 pesos.
$22. I was like,
I was like, damn, she got all that stuff for $20.
$22.
Oh my god, my bathing suit cost almost $50. Holy camole.
Okay, Shirori said there were rescue flights. Thank you, Shirori. And he had left the main island. Providencia is not a main island, but okay.
Hey, Shirori and Tana. Yeah, Drea, his sister and 2 kids. I want to go there and get meth. Yeah, right? For $22, you get your money's worth. I mean,
that was a lot of clothes. I need to go there and go shopping and then fly back home.
You ain't kidding.
That was.
Let me know when you go.
That was a good haul. So maybe that made her trip worthwhile because you can't find them prices in Seattle. So so they were he flew to St. James, is it where she is, which I still understand because it's St. James is another island close to Providencia. So why wasn't St. James level? Nothing makes sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't know. So let's move on. Let's move on. I know.
Put me on guard with that laugh.
I know. Weatherman. So that's one story down. Okay, let's move on. And I'm really rushing this because.
Let's go.
We got Dancing with the Stars.
I'm rubbing my hands together, John. I know it's annoying, but I'm rubbing my hands.
I know. We need the clock down. And start the stopwatch, Cody.
Oh, I'm looking at the clock right here because I'm super excited.
Okay, Kenny and Armando. All right, I thought that was a nice thing with Kenny and Armando. So
I did too.
Kenny's daughter is down. He hasn't seen his daughter in a year or the rest of his family due to COVID and the other them being in Baja and it's far. They all live in Florida. So they all go to Armando's mom's house for a family.
The compound.
Yeah, the compound for dinner. At first, they say that the dad isn't there, but he was hiding in a closet. And then, I mean, but then the dad, to everyone's surprise, I was surprised the dad came out and he was super nice. You know, he hugged Kenny. He was happy. They were having a good time. They were eating dinner.
He wants that paycheck.
They were, well, you know, they were, it was a good time. The whole point of the meeting at the compound was so that Armando could tell the family that they want a big extravagant wedding and not a secret ceremony that the parents wanted because they're still kind of ashamed. Listen, when me and Cody got married, my family asked me to do the same thing. They were like, instead of getting, they actually offered, they said, to have a small wedding and the money that you're going to pay on the reception and all that, we'll send you to Paris. Because, you know, I've always, you know, I'm a history major. I did pretty much all my studies was done like on Parisian and French and European history. So they were like trying to sweeten the pot for me not to have a big extravagant wedding because they weren't really that thrilled about a gay wedding. So I get that. We wound up having the big extravagant wedding anyways. Now I kind of wish we went to Paris, not gonna lie. But that's how it is. You know, I wish, you know, listen, if I were to do it again, I would have probably gone to Paris. But we had the big wedding, and that, you know, everybody knows that they had the big wedding. And the whole point of the dinner, you know, was for him to tell the family that they were going to have it. But Armando sees his dad having a good time and hugging Kenny for the first time and seeing his daughter. So Armando thought, you know what? Maybe not the best time to spring this on them. And I kind of agreed with Armando.
Agree with Armando. Yeah. I did. But Kenny was, you know, of course he's feeling in his feelings. But I think the hug between Armando and his dad, and then when, you know, the wife was trying to show him Kenny's daughter, he said in a little bit, he was rubbing his son's head. He was hugging him. He was just, that to me said everything. Right.
Yeah, and I agree. And, you know, I know Kenny was upset about it, but listen, you gotta fight your battles.
You gotta, yeah.
And you know, that was a great moment with the family, and they were all like loving each other. So why double down and try and roll the dice and say, well, now that everyone's getting along so great, now we're having a big wedding, because that might have made things go way left.
Let me ask you a question. So it seems like they haven't, and well, his mother said it, she hadn't seen Armando in almost a year.
Yeah.
But they're only 4 hours away.
I don't know.
Do you think that's because of the pandemic?
I don't know. I would think that only 4 hours away, that's like, you know, a weekend trip.
Yeah.
That's a day trip if you really wanted to see somebody real bad.
Well, I did a day trip. I drove 5.5 hours down, stayed a while, visited, and came on back in. That was a round trip.
So I'm not sure why she hadn't seen him in that long. Maybe because there was like animosity with the, you know, planning the wedding and the family and stuff like that.
Even Kenny and his daughter, not Kenny, even Armando and the daughter could have drove down to see the parents. Even if Kenny didn't feel comfortable, they could have went to visit the family. Especially the little girl. That's all she knew.
And when Kenny's daughter, I think her name's Erin, right? Is her name Erin? I think it's Erin. I'm not sure. When Kenny's daughter started crying at the table, and Kenny started crying, and Armando's mom started crying because Armando's mom was like, listen, as a parent, as a mother, I could see the pain that he has for not seeing his family. I thought it was a really good bonding.
Yes,
moment.
I did too.
And I have to agree with Armando with not trying to add. Oh, and by the way, we're going to have a huge wedding at that time. I think that was a good way to, like, you know, build a foundation. And then maybe the next time you see each other, you might want to drop the news.
Talk to the father and mother together, not with everyone around.
I mean, even with Cody, like, you know, when he was first meeting my family, because my family is very Italian, Irish, Catholic, not really, into the whole. So when Cody would meet my family in pieces, because I had to do it that way, I'm like, here's this person, and here's that one, and then they all wound up passing away. But, I'd be like, shut up, don't say anything, leave it alone. I'd always tell them on the side, like, just, we're good right now, don't ruin it. So I'm 100% on Armando's side with him not wanting to give the news, because that was a big stepping stone. The father hugging him, hugging Kenny.
He hugged Kenny too. Yep.
That was a big thing. So I'm Team Armando on this one. I think he played it right.
And Kenny's daughter's name is Cassidy.
Cassidy, sorry.
Yeah, they put it in the chat, and then I just looked at my notes. Her name is Cassidy. Thank you.
Cassidy is like that's an Irish irony type of name, so I was close.
Yep. He calls her Cassie.
I was close. Okay, so moving on. What time? Okay. What's the countdown clock, Cody?
6:19. It's 7:19 your
Okay.
time. Let's go. 7:19 your time. I'm watching the time.
Okay, Jenny and Sumit. I'm going by level of like what I wrote down.
Oh my God.
Okay. Frumpy Jenny got dismissed from being in
Hare Krishna.
a Hare Krishna. No tambourines for her. She's not going to be working the airports. That's not going to happen. And I'm kind of upset because I had my tambourine ready for like the whole season of her being a Hare Krishna. So she kind of
she got dismissed.
She kind of took my shtick away from me. So that's annoying in itself.
Would you want her as a Hare Krishna, even if she has to shave her head?
Well, and then she could have had like the cool ponytail in the back, like. But Jenny ruined me because I bought a tambourine like 12 years ago and I never get to use it. And I'm like, oh my God, I finally used for the tambourine. It was short lived, but at least I got to like break it out like once. So, she could not be a Hare Krishna because and this is why like I don't believe anything anymore with their story, because nobody's going to tell somebody, oh, you could be a Hare Krishna devotee, and then all you have to do is chant on the beads for 4 minutes, and then you could be a devotee and get a visa for it. No, like the priest was like, no, that takes years.
No. John, Veronica said you can always use the tambourine.
Well, I have it. So, but
every time you talk about Bini, just shake the tambourine. That's all you have to do.
And that was the advice of I believe it was like the immigration attorney who was saying, well, this might be like a last resort, but you can be a Hare Krishna thing. Meanwhile, the immigration attorney, if you're an immigration attorney that's familiar with Hare Krishna visas, any immigration attorney would probably tell you it's a process that takes multiple years. That was, left on the cutting room floor, I guess. So whatever. So now Jenny and Sumit are trying to get Sumit's passport not reinstated, because Sumit's father-in-law took his passport.
Really? Do we really think his father-in-law had that passport?
Sumit's former father-in-law, because he had the marriage, while he was with Jenny. This story, I mean, oh my God.
Really?
I keep waiting for Erica Kane to pop up.
I want to see.
Where's Susan Lucci?
I don't know, but I was waiting to see, but he had the mask on, because when they told him all he has to do is go online and they can get the passport.
I swear to God, next week's episode, it's going to be Sumit and Susan Lucci as Jenny. And that's what's going to be. That's going to be it. So Erica Kane's going to be back on TV. Because that's where we're at with this story right now. And I'd find it more believable coming from Erica Kane / Susan Lucci's mouth than Jenny's at this point. And it'd be much more entertaining to watch.
Okay, let's just say his father-in-law did have his passport. And he said he was going to give it back to him. Now, this has been over with for a year? And you've never contacted him. You've never asked him for the passport. You never looked into trying to get another passport. You are a grown man. You mean to tell me you don't know that you can just say that your passport was lost and just file for another one?
I mean, right, isn't it like what, 33, 34? How old is Sumit? Like in that, I think he's in like that bracket.
Yeah, he's in that bracket.
38? I don't know. In his 30s somewhere. Yeah. So now today, their story today was that, oh, let's get Sumit to get his passport back. Well, wouldn't that be the first thing you did? Wouldn't that be the very first thing you did? Before you tried to become a Hare Krishna devotee? Like, am I taking crazy pills? Okay, so your father-in-law stole your passport a year ago. And now all of a sudden, oh, you know what? Let's try to get my passport back. You know, I've lost my driver's license before. You know what you do? The next day, you walk your ass down to DMV and you get a new one.
Does Sumit drive? It's
like, make it make sense. Oh, make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense.
But Jenny goes, I have never said these things to Sumit before. You say the same thing every season. I'm not going to wait forever. You promised to marry me.
What I said to you, I said they must have her on repeat because it is the same damn thing.
I swear to God, if Susan Lucci is not cast on 90 Day Fiance in the role of Jenny, I'm going to be very upset because
okay, John, let me tell you.
I'd much rather throw my support to Susan Lucci than Jenny.
Okay, so you know when she said this has gone on longer, something, I thought she says, I'm not going to live forever. I have to rewind.
Maybe that's Sumit's plan. You know? I mean, all this stress and negativity can't be doing good for her health.
But she doesn't have any insurance.
Listen, maybe this is all part of Sumit's dark plan.
Well, he didn't. Okay, he's not married to her. He can't get her insurance money. So what's the plan?
I don't know, but like this is such a joke. This is 3 years of this now. 3 years.
Is it 3 or 4?
3. This is the 3rd season, and Jenny and Sumit have been on every.
Okay, so are we including the other? Wait a minute. The other way. Is it 3? Oh my God! It seems like it's been going on forever. I'm so sick of them. I just want them off of TV.
Yeah, like I don't know how people are like, oh God, Jenny, yes, girl. Oh, you know, like, come on. Now you think to get now you think to go get your passport renewed now? That would have been the first thing I did.
That they're not going to extend it any longer. So why is she saying now that? Well, what happens if I can't? They've already said it. They're not extending it anymore. You've come to the end. What are we still talking about this for? Either he's going to shit or get off the pot.
Right?
It doesn't look he's going to do it.
You know what's going to happen next week if Susan Lucci's not cast? A great golden stork is going to come from the sky and pick up Sumit and transfer him somewhere else.
Her next story.
And then Jenny's going to be like, "Oh, great! Now I have to find a passport for the stork, and now I got to make I have to answer the stork's riddle because I'm never going to marry Sumit. Like, come on."
John, she's going to be pregnant next season.
Like, it's going to be like, what's next? What is next with this storyline? I like it. This is why I hate covering the other. I hate the other way.
They're going to adopt a child for her to stay in the country.
I hate the other way. It's been like least favorite of my 90 Day Fiance franchises since it started. I really only ever watch it for Devin. And now Devin's not on it, and I'd rather like put shards of glass in my retinas than watch this. But I do this for the people. So here you go. Talking about it. Dancing with the Stars, clock down, Cody. How much time we have? Half hour. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, Stephen and Alina.
Okay. This is Stephen and Olga 2.0. Okay.
Oh, Steven and Olga were way better than these two.
And they're still together, but I thought they were getting divorced and she was leaving. They're still anyway. Steven is a liar. He's a little pervert. He wants to keep hugging her, but he's trying to sustain because he's Mormon for her baptism. She's going to be Jody.
So she needs to get baptized in a church that he was shunned from.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I do suffer for everybody, Nancy. Yeah. You're welcome.
And he wants to sit on the bed and read to her. And okay. Now he wants to go stay at a hostel.
Steven, the non-virgin who tricked Alina into coming into Turkey because he said he was pure and he's biblical and he's followed the testimony of the Mormon church, and he's as pure
as look.
Snow that's falling. And meanwhile, I can't.
John,
like we're on episode 4 and I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
Mean, there's already like something fishy there because I'm sorry, everybody knows how a hostel works.
Oh, we're not even at the hostel part yet, Cody. Wait, don't jump.
Fine.
Thank you, Wicked Wisdom. So yeah,
so
they meet. They are in that. They're in Turkey, where they, Steven set up, I guess, an Airbnb or an apartment for Alina, and the plan was that Steven was going to be in a hostel because, due to his shunned Mormon roots, he can't.
His sexual desires.
His sexual desires of him already being a non-virgin, with his long hair, can't. He can't be tempted for the umpteenth time. So he has to make Alina pay for it, who has no idea that he's not as pure as the winter snow that he claims to be. Right. Mm-hmm. You know what? You know what? They should sell a bridge, and who'll buy it? Jenny. That's it. They should do a crossover with those two storylines, because that's how believable this is.
Why would you? Okay, you're saying you can't trust him. Get it? But you got your girlfriend, Marcia, whatever her name is sending him 30-something messages to see if you can trust him or not. But he's already told you he wanted to date other girls. Makes no sense to me.
Right, and then Alina. I like Alina. I'm not gonna lie. I like Alina a lot.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So. And she brought up a lot of cogent points, one of which being like, how can I trust him if he's at a hostel? How do I know he's not going to behave himself at a hostel with girls there? And you can't sleep in the couch in my Airbnb when, there's one woman and then you have a bunch of women in a hostel. And she doesn't even know that Steven's not pure.
Nope.
I mean,
because he don't want to do the scoogly poop, the skibbly
dibbly.
No, the scoogly doobly poop. I'm like, what the world is that?
Scooby Doo, whatever that is. And Alina is 20. I think for being a 20-year-old, she's wise beyond her years. Yes. I actually give her a lot of credit. I do like Alina a whole lot.
But her mom is gorgeous. Her mom
she's gorgeous. In Turkey. She doesn't want to be alone. She's in a foreign country. Nobody, and she wants the security. So, I mean, I'm 100% pro Alina on this one.
Okay.
Steven could be at the hostel with his choice of girls from anywhere. And, and he wants to date other girls.
But he wants to keep Alina pure, right?
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay, so did we cover all the bases? I know my clock down. What time is it? Oh, we still have what? Okay, we have 25 minutes to get through because the other two stories have some heft to it, so I want to give them equal time. Are we good though? With Steve and Alina, did we cross all the T's and dot all the I's? And I'm sorry to rush this, like I usually don't, but it's been a crazy day, and I'm not missing Dancing with the Stars.
I'm gonna just make a point. I think she's right. She's in a strange country. She doesn't know these people there. I don't think they need to be separated. And if he can control himself, like she said, in a hostel, he should be able to control himself sleeping on the sofa. Period. That's it.
It is what it is.
Well, she put her foot down at the end.
She did put her foot down, and she got her way at the end. Good for her.
Yep.
I can't wait for him to tell her that,
But when is he going to tell her?
He's gonna be.
Or did he tell her already? Just
No,
like,
he didn't tell
I
her
mean, like,
already.
she probably already knows. I'm going on that, like, she has no idea because I'm trying to watch a TV show like everybody else, not, but in all likelihood, does she probably know already? Most likely. I don't know. But
well, she might come back and be like, yo, listen, I'm not a virgin either.
Nope.
We don't know.
She was. She
I think,
already said she was.
We don't know.
See if I
Okay.
have my notes.
Who's next?
Wait, hold on. I wrote notes for them a lot.
Somebody is talking about me because my ear is ringing. Woo.
Anywho, I'm Team Alina, and I do like her a whole lot. Okay, so. All right. Let's do Evelyn and Corey. Evelyn and Corey and Ari and Biniyam are the two big stories of this episode. So the big shocker last week was that Evelyn had told her sisters that her and Corey had already been married for a year and a half or something like that.
Should be almost 2, but okay.
Yeah. And they are not happy about it. And this whole episode is Evelyn's sisters really not being happy about it.
Okay.
They showed, I guess, from someone's camera phone when Evelyn and Corey did get married. It was quick. They were like wearing jeans. It wasn't like a drawn out thing. It was just like, let's get married. And from what I saw in the pictures, it did look like, let's just get married so he could stay in the country. Nobody was dressed up.
But okay, here's my thing. Okay,
It wasn't a shotgun wedding. Cody.
Well, no, but
that
you know
means she
what
was
I mean.
pregnant.
Well, you know what I
It wasn't
mean.
a shotgun wedding.
No,
I didn't mean
no.
it like that. I'm just saying, like, just fast over, bing, bang, boom, like wham, bam, thing.
Okay.
Like,
Here's my thing. If everything was shut down, so they were married before the pandemic because everything was shut down.
Right,
They
because
weren't gonna
Corey's
put Corey
visa was
out.
expiring.
But they weren't going to put him out. He couldn't leave. Everything was shut down. Look what Laura had to do.
Oh, please, don't even mention her.
Okay, well, the prime minister had to send his back. So they were married before the
Yeah, but
pandemic.
Laura had to bounce around. She was with Aladdin, and then she had to go to Ecuador.
Because it was cheaper, but then she got stuck there because of the pandemic. So they were married before the pandemic.
No, she wasn't stuck there. She moved there because the price of living is really low, and she was
Yep,
living off
and
that
then
one pension that allegedly that she was only making $700 a month from allegedly.
Yep,
But-
and it was cheaper to live there.
Right.
Then when the pandemic hit, she didn't have money to fly to Canada, so she relied on the prime minister.
Yeah,
to get
Justin
her
Trudeau
out.
made the thing. If there's any Canadians who are
Yep.
outside of the country who want to come back, I will make it happen for you. And that's how
That's
Laura
how she
got back
got
to
out. But
Canada.
do you remember she outed their marriage before the pandemic?
Right. She did.
So I can see that now because they got married because it was expiring. But I was thinking that he was there during the pandemic.
But Laura had said that they
Yeah.
were married for like years and years and years. It
No,
wasn't.
it was like 6-7 months when they
And,
got married then.
Evelyn had said that she confided in somebody. I don't know if it was on the show. I know Evelyn did an IG Live the other night where Evelyn said, or if it was on the show, that she confided in a friend and the friend ran with it. And that friend was Laura. We all know that.
Was Laura.
But then Laura, burned the bridges with Corey and Evelyn.
What
And then
bridges
she
does
burned the
she
bridge
burn?
with Aladdin. Now she's back in Canada
Later.
making, them horrible grilled cheese sandwiches. Go ahead.
Who is this woman, Jenny, from Peru? And how did Corey get to Peru?
So I guess, well,
How do you get to Peru? Don't say it. You don't have to, because I'm just like, okay, he was in Peru with this woman named Jenny. Now, this isn't Sumit's Jenny, right? I'm just joking.
it probably was. Jenny probably had to fly to Peru. She had to leave the country, right? So Jenny left India. She went to Peru because she had to leave the country. No, I think he met her in Panama. Anyway, Jenny had to leave Sumit because the visa was expiring. She probably met up with Corey, and then she got married to Corey. And
somebody's saying, Lucia is saying that he was only talking to the girl online. I could have swore I heard Evelyn say that he was in Peru with the girl named Jenny.
No, he definitely.
He was definitely in Peru with the girl named Jenny. They met online, and then he went over there. I'm dying to see him. He's got a baby with the girl named Jenny from Peru.
Well, it won't be the last time that we hear about
Jenny. I got a feeling about that. Okay. All right. We're going to find out because he hasn't told Evelyn the whole story.
There will be more
I'm
talk.
sure there's a baby somewhere.
This season.
Okay. What else you want to say with your lovely friends? I just don't like Evelyn. I think she's a nasty, mean person.
Oh, Evelyn's great. Evelyn, you know why I like Evelyn so much? Because she has no filter and she just says it like it is. She doesn't sugarcoat things, and I wish more people were like that. I mean, Evelyn puts it out there, and
John, it's just something. Maybe it's for me. You know her personally, okay? I only see what I see on the screen. That's what I judge them from. You know her personally. I don't. So I judge from what they show me on the screen. Me personally, I would have never told my family that the man that I'm married to keep in the country because his visa, whatever was expiring, that he cheated on me. It's none of their business. Why do you get your family involved in stuff like that? Why?
Because it's her family, and
well, what? I guarantee I cheated on my ex. He never told his family.
Well, okay. Heidi, the people in the comments are pretty much on your side, so that's fine. I'm in the minority opinion again. Oh, what else? That's all it had to me. What else is new? So that's fine. Listen.
But see, John knows Evelyn.
It's fine.
I don't.
It's cool. I respect everyone's opinion.
I'm only judging from what I see.
As long as they're nice about it, and I'm with cast members I like. I'm usually like in like the bottom 10 percentile of what people think.
I didn't like Tiffany until Tiffany came on your on your live, and I got to see a different side of her. So I may feel that way, but Evelyn, but for everything I see, it's like Corey is treated like a little dog, but he allows it, but he's still there. That's what they show me on TV. That's what I judge.
Well, listen, I love both Corey and Evelyn equally, and I am not, they're both. Listen, I love them both.
Okay.
And they've always been super cool to me, and I will never pick a side between Corey and Evelyn.
What do you think about? She's laughing when her sisters order Corey bull peanut soup. That was disgusting. That was wrong.
Oh, that was 1,000,000% wrong.
See, that was completely wrong.
That was horrendous.
But I do have to say,
that was wrong.
In other like countries and other like whatevers, yada yadas, eating bull penis.
Oh my God! Are we having this conversation?
Yes.
Insane.
I've heard
it's supposed to make them virile. I get it. But why not?
It's supposed to make them like, and also it makes them feel like a bull too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you should see Cody's. Cody's like makes you feel like a bull too. Like you should see his hand
now. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to make you feel like a bull. Like,
listen, every country has their own like delicacies, right? Like I'll never eat like brains.
Well, yeah, no, they have
right.
Bats,
there's
I don't eat there's none of that.
Monkey brain or bat soup.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
But why?
I will never eat.
It was just wrong to order it and not tell him until after he ate.
Even
really messed up.
Even with McLarry, McLarry, what's her name? The one McLarry from like Tampa who worked at McDonald's, and Jenny was that his wife's name, Jenny?
Oh, I don't know.
He was on before the 90 Days, and he worked at McDonald's, and then he was there, and like they had like the pig on the roast. And I love pork. I love pork. Pork chops is like probably like my.
That's the other white meat.
Yes.
Pork chop is probably like my favorite. Like I love steak and I love pork chop, right, Cody? Like I can't make up my mind, which I love more.
No, it's very.
We're
hard
eating
because
like
it's
pork roast for dinner tonight, so that's how much
Other white
but
meat.
seeing the pig on the Spitfire like that, I would not have eaten it just like Larry
Yeah,
did.
because it's
That's
Okay.
gross. I'm sorry. Nope.
But
Not
they would do that in Louisiana every year for 4th of July. They
well,
roast
remind
a
me
goat.
not to go down to Louisiana for
They
that.
do.
one,
They
because I
roast
don't
a
wanna
goat
eat it.
every year. They will put it in they dig a hole and they put it in the ground and they do a goat. Don't ask me why. It's a tradition, but they do it.
Yeah, like and that's a pig. I love pork. I do, but like when you see it like on the thing and you're like just like taking the
When you do that, I'm serious. When you go to the luau, when you go to the islands in Hawaii, they do that there too. And me, I wait until they cut, and then I don't want to even look, but
I don't want to see it being cut from the pig itself. Like I want to see it on a plate.
but it's delicious.
I can't.
They
I can't.
turn it and turn it. This is like 24 hours.
John wants the snout and the apple. That's all
Oh.
he
Yeah, that's it. Just give me the snout and the apple, and I'm good.
No,
And the
that's
penis.
okay.
That's it. But there are certain things, so, was it wrong for them to serve him a bowl of penis? Absolutely.
Well, he even said
Absolutely, but it was
"Where's the
funny,
crab?"
but it was wrong. Because they were laughing at it, and Corey was just sitting there holding him like, could you put the penis back in there? I don't want to look at the fatty stuff. But he was like, is this a joke? No, they really did that to you. Yes.
She said, "You want to cheat
I
on
like
my
to
sister?
get
Here,
cooked
have
to
a
eat
bowl
frog
of
legs."
Right.
penis."
Yeah, that's it. It's like you cheat on my sister, here's a bowl of dick. That's what that was. That's it.
And then Evelyn
I
goes,
mean, and it's good. Listen,
Evelyn even
to
said,
Evelyn's sister's
"You have to
credit,
finish it."
that's like, I mean, that's why it's, I don't know. Was it good TV? Yes.
15 minutes.
Like, I don't know. Like, what do you say? I don't know.
But I want to know, did he finish it? Because Evelyn told me he better eat all of it. I want to know, did he finish it?
I mean, the fact that they got married and then that happened with the Peruvian girl would not make me super happy with Corey. So if he had to eat a bowl of dick soup, then maybe I don't know. I don't know. But, like Corey said, there's more to the story.
And I can't wait.
So
He might be eating a few more bowls of that.
Or his own. Look, or his own. You never know. We're going to deball him.
What's our clock down? DWTS.
Come on, John. Come on.
All right,
We
we're
got
in
14
the
minutes.
last 15 minutes. Okay. Are we good with Evelyn? Evelyn and Corey?
Yep, we're good with them.
Oh, I just started that.
I
Kevlin.
like that.
We'll make shirts for Corey and Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Kevlin.
Kevlin,
Are we good? Did we cover all the bases we need
we
to
covered
with
all
that?
the bases.
Okay. So Ari and Bini, which I thought was like the what a mess.
I
What
love
a mess. These
I love
two
Wish.
are.
I love Wish. I love Benny's sister. I love her. Love
All right,
her.
so Heidi is extremely biased on this because she's in love with Bini, and she's gonna take his side no matter what. So just keep that in mind while we talk about it, because this is what. Listen, this is what's gonna happen.
I was waiting for her to mess up. I was booking a flight to Ethiopia. I was just waiting.
Okay.
I told him I will be there.
Okay. So Ari and Bini. All right. So, and Ari is a New Jersey girl, so I'm trying to be like, cute with her because, we're a small state, so we got to have each other's backs. So
John, I was
I was drinking and want to screw with her. Okay. So Leandro is still there, and they're still talking. And here's like the part where I still can't make sense of this timeline because it's constantly changing. When when Ari first spoke about why her and Leander, Larry, whatever the hell his name is,
Whatever his name is.
no matter, whatever. She had said that he was busy getting his doctorate and he was kind of nailed down, and then she wanted to travel the world, right or wrong? That's why they like originally broke up.
She did say that, yeah.
And then she kind of never came home, and that's how that ended. Okay, but then tonight.
That's not true.
Okay, so what happened tonight? So then tonight, she had said that she wanted a family.
At 25.
And that's what ended it.
She wanted a family at 25, and Leandro wasn't ready for it. And that's why they broke up. Make it make sense.
What she told me
Make it make
was
sense.
She married young. It's in the interview I did with her. She married young. She realized that she didn't want to be married. She was too young. Almost 10 years later, she wanted to travel, and she went traveling. She met Bini in Ethiopia. Then she went someplace else, and then she came back. She and Bini flew and spent time in Brazil together. I guess that's when he was fighting. So they had been together for quite some time.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Brenda.
So she wanted to, so now she wants a family, and that's why she left. So did she travel to go meet Bini? So
No.
2 birds, 1 stone, traveling and getting a family?
No.
Like, listen, she wanted to travel the world, which she did, and at the same time, start a family. So is that like, it's either one or the other, I guess, or both?
She
I
had
don't
been
know.
traveling the world after she left Leandro. And when she went, she met Bini when she was in Ethiopia. She said she saw him. I said, was it the dreads or what was it? Or was it the body? And I want to know. And she said it was probably the dreads. They met, they hung out, they spent some time together, they slept. She didn't get pregnant on that first trip. That
Paternity test.
I just
I think it's clear that
I don't think
that's
so.
his baby.
No, that don't mean nothing.
Like, okay,
That
whatever.
don't mean nothing. She wanted to go around the world.
All right,
She wanted to travel.
We're like T-minus 9 minutes now for dancing
When
with the
she
stars.
traveled,
So we really have to bang this out quick. Okay.
Yeah, she did bang it out quick.
So she wanted. Okay, so she wanted a family. Then they're talking. This is what you want to do. Ask Leandro. Leandro, like, is this what you want to do? And Ari says, I love him, but I'm not sure if he'd make a great husband. And they're still not married.
nope, they're not married.
So I mean, like, not that being married is a big thing. Like, Ari could take off and leave Ethiopia.
I think they are married. I really think they're married.
Well, as of right now, when this episode was airing, not
Yep.
married. So let me get to the second part. So it's the Ethiopian holiday. I'm not gonna try and pronounce it.
Let's jump over the fire.
So whatever that holiday was. And now Bini's sisters are grilling Leandro, just like Evelyn's sisters were grilling Corey. Sorry, Cody.
What?
So they can't understand why they got divorced, and pretty much, they kept questioning Ari. Are you taking the baby? Are you taking the baby? Are you here to stay? Are you taking the baby? And it was very uncomfortable, and I felt bad for Ari. I felt really bad for Leandro in this.
No, he handled it well. He did. They asked him about him staying there, and when she spent those 2 days with him in New Jersey in the apartment, which she never told Bini about, and
but let's not discount that Ari told Bini's sisters about it. So let's not make this like a federal case that I just won today. Let's not make this a federal case. Because Ari wasn't completely deceitful. She did tell Bini's sisters.
Yeah,
and
she told him.
Bini's sisters didn't do dick with it. They could have put that in a bowl of soup and fed it to him.
Yeah,
But they didn't.
they didn't.
So
But Leandro said that he doesn't follow the rules, and Wish was like, "That's why the two of you belong together because neither one of you follow the rules." I was like, "Damn, I love Wish," but you know what? They really have a really, really good relationship. So that's why I say all of this is it's for TV. Those two are thick as thieves, Ari and Wish. They get along really, really well. They're thick as thieves.
You know what? If if Bini's sisters are so concerned with Bini's mates taking his children back to America, let me give you here's a word of advice to Bini and his sisters. Stop knocking up Americans.
That's what I said too.
Stop knocking up Americans. Problem solved, Bini and your sisters.
I think they're still here in New Jersey. I think they're still here.
Why do you keep knocking up Americans? I mean, if you're that concerned after the first time, you would have learned your lesson.
Well, Bini, the Americans are coming after him because of them dreadlocks and because of that body. And you know, I said, didn't y'all think about using protection? She was like, well, it kind of just happened. No, it just don't happen.
I mean, it is what it is. So it's like Jenny and Sumit. You know, like, go get your passport the day after it's stolen from you. Stop knocking up Americans. And then you won't have to worry about this. Knock up a nice Ethiopian girl. Someone who might not take your child across the world.
But what I don't get is she's upset because he cheated on his ex-girlfriend. Who cares?
And let's also not forget that they're saying, oh, it's not in our culture to have people who are still talking to your ex. Well, Bini, thank you, Bonnie. Well, Bini, let's not forget your ex-girlfriend / dancer Karen that you cheated on for the American girl that you knocked up, Bini. Okay, so your dancer that's still your friend against culture, according to your sisters. Okay, that's okay. And
okay.
You know, but yeah, you know, let's turn a blind eye to everything else that's going on. I mean, it's crazy. This is Bini.
Well, I'm an American and I'm on my way over there, Bini. So if Ari leaves, I will be there. We can practice.
I mean, Bini cheated on his ex-girlfriend now / dance partner.
He's playing bongos on her booty.
They were together for 7 years, but now they're still friends, which according to his sisters is no good and not. But why didn't Ari bring that up then? I mean, that was Ari's golden ticket right there. I would.
That's right. That was Bini right there. Bring it up.
I would have pounced.
But his ex-girlfriend didn't go stay with Bini and Ari in their apartment.
Right. And then the ex-girlfriend said, oh, Bini cheated on me for the American, the one that the first American you knocked up.
Yep.
I mean, make it make sense.
Bini likes Americans.
Okay, 7:56.
Look, he likes Americans, he likes blondes, and he likes them pasty white. That's all I'm saying. That's his taste.
So I'm kind of like on, you know, and I'm not trying to be like New Jersey biased because I think they're both wrong. And I think that Ari is so hopelessly in love with Leandro? Absolutely
not.
Like, I think she is. I think she is. The way they look at each
she's
other.
In love with No.
I do. You know what? And that should be helpful to you, Heidi, because once Ari goes back to Leandro, the door's wide open for you.
I don't think I can live in Ethiopia in that area she's living in. So me and Bini gonna have to do some upgrading. He's gonna have to play bongos every night on somebody's butt because I'm not living.
Oh, and don't forget that when he's out practicing, he's out all night with his ex, who, you know, let's not discount that because when Bini goes out to rehearse or practice, he's out all night with his ex.
You gotta.
That's okay, guys. That's
you gotta practice the routine. You gotta get the music right. It's a lot to do. Look at. I'm not even gonna say look at R. Kelly, but anyway, let's go.
That's it. Oh, you didn't say R. Kelly, did you?
He was in the studio all night. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. I'm gonna cut this. Okay, so we have 3 minutes of Dancing with the Stars. I'm gonna do an after show. During the first commercial break, I'll set it up for the associates and hire. at probably around 10:30, and we'll be talking about the lawsuit, this crap, everything else, and yeah. So thank you everybody for hopping on. It's been fun. I'm gonna go watch me some Dancing with the Stars.
I'm gonna watch Dancing with the Stars too now, John. Okay,
And we'll be live about Dancing with the Stars tomorrow night. Everybody go watch it. Really good cast. It's gonna be a good season. Except you, Tyra. You suck.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to shoot Kenya when she gets on my screen. Okay.
Except you, Tyra Banks. You know, we need Tom and Aaron back. But everybody else, good stuff. So
good night, guys. Bye.